Hey book buddies, and welcome back to another episode of Sarah's Reviewing Books. And in this episode I'm going to be reviewing Ruin and Rising by Leigh Bardugo, which is the third and final book in the Shadow and Bone trilogy. My thoughts and opinion of this series have progressively gotten better with each book that I've read. I inhaled this one. I read this probably faster than I read both Shadow and Bone and Siege and Storm. So much better than the first two. Was really well done, really well written, and as these were her debut novels, you can see the progression in like the development of her writing throughout the three of them as they get better, and also in a sense kind of her understanding of her world and characters just kind of getting better and clearer as you go through the trilogy as well. It's honestly worth making your way through Shadow and Bone to get to the last book. Like, I am very glad that I did not DNF Shadow and Bone and that I actually just read it and got it through with it, because it is so much better. There were twists in this book that I wasn't quite expecting. Like, there were things that I was like, oh, I bet something is going to happen here. Something is going to happen with this character or something like this. And yes, those were the characters or those were the situations or places where I expected something to happen, but then what happened wasn't quite what I expected it to be. So I found the ending quite satisfying. I don't know what other people's thoughts on the ending were, but I found it quite satisfying, and I almost cried. Almost. It didn't quite get me to tears, which does say something because I can cry really easily. So like I said, I did enjoy this book, and ultimately, having finished all three of them, I did enjoy the entire trilogy. I probably won't ever reread it, but I did enjoy it. I do still wish that they had all been written in multiple points of view. I would have loved to have gotten Mel's point of view. If it had just flicked between Mel and Alina, I think that would have made it so much better and so much more fulfilling. There are just some moments throughout the three books which I think could have possibly been a little bit more effective and a little bit more if they'd been from like Mel's point of view. That's just my opinion on it. Do I recommend reading them? Sure. If you enjoy fantasy, or if you're new to fantasy, then I suggest reading them. I rated this book 3.5 out of 5 stars, so better than the first two, but still not quite up towards the higher end of my ratings. And the trilogy as a whole, I think, sits in a pretty solid 3 stars.